Hello, hello. So we have another demo. Philip. Hi, STYKO. I hope I don't bother you too much with my demos. Absolutely not. But I really feel like your coaching is helping me a whole lot for now. As you know me a bit, I keep it short. I feel like your advice has lifted the game and I'm more calm, collected, and my decision making is better. I try to do less stupid shit where even if I got a kill, I'm not tradable, etc. Works not always, but yeah. May I ask you to review two demos? Alright, so first one is Inferno, then second one is Mirage, but this video is going to be just purely about this one. Inferno CT, I always play Pit, we lost that, but according to my stats, I had a pretty good game, but sometimes that is misleading. Was I beating hard here? Could I have gotten a win here with another playstyle, maybe a more impactful position, such as B? However, our blue guy really screwed us over. He had no understanding of the game, nor game sense, and really I feel like he lost us 2 or 3 rounds on CD side. Alright, so let's get into it. This is like no add-ons, so I'm just gonna be focusing on, well, probably your playstyle, things you could have improved, nothing too specific. I already downloaded the demos, so let's get in. I did not watch the demo beforehand, so this will be first time experience for me. And after this video is done, I will jump into Mirage for you, into that second demo. Play demo, Philip. Dude, I don't know what the bug is there, but the flashing thing is always so annoying. Okay, we're back. Kind of a little bit late from the spawn, doesn't really matter. You had to disconnect and reconnect. Okay, your teammate kind of brought the round back with the 2 kills in a 5v3. I don't think that was a necessary fight, honestly. I don't feel like that was necessary at all. Finally, like your teammate did the heavy lifting to bring back the round from 5v3 into 3v3. And then you have so good position in an after plant. A side and B side of Inferno both are very hard to retake, especially in a equal manpower. So it's 3v3, right? And well, all you need to do is to get the bomb down, and by that time I feel like you should be hiding no matter what the situation is. Like this CT, it would be okay to peek him, this guy, if he would be a danger to some of your teammates, but he's not pushing forward. You see that your teammates are completely safe on site. If he would be just rushing them down, sure, peek him and kill him into the side, but you're giving him a one-on-one duel. On this range, USP is always going to be favorable. And if you die here, your chances of winning the round goes down by like, I don't know, 20% in my opinion. So I think this duel in general, not worth taking. Keep the cover. Keep playing positions. If you're here, that's fine. If you're here, that's even better. But I think don't challenge people who are all the way here, or don't challenge people who are all the way here. When they get closer from both positions into these areas where they suddenly have to look to the side as well, look at the angle they have to look at. Okay, so this is one angle, and then for these guys it's gonna be second angle. You see how big angles these two are compared to just this, because well, so if the guy is here, all he has to look like here. This is such a small angle, right? Same from here. It's such a small angle. Oh my god, I'm doing it the other way around, like this. Such a small angle, right? So maximize those angles, make it uncomfortable for them. I don't think that was necessary peak. I think that might have been the the round losing. I mean, I'm obviously spectating only you. Nothing was too bad during that round. Everything was kind of reasonable, but that one, I think it was pretty meh. I think that actually shifted the odds to CT's favor again. You decided to force buy as a team. Mac 10 on the second round force buy. How much money did you have? I mean, maybe you wanted to rush banana. That's probably only way where where buying Mac 10 would make a sense, but you have 2-6, so you can't get Galil. Yeah. Here I would honestly play probably like a Kevlar helmet and a deagle. I think Mac 10 on the second round, if you lose first round and you decide to force round, Mac 10 is super ineffective because all of the CTs will have head armors anyway. I think it's effective only during the rushes, and it's clear to me that you did not want to do a rush since two of your teammates are starting second mate. You have some utility, but before you get to play the round, you didn't even shoot the bullet. Try to pick that Galil there. Not much you could do. There were so many timings. Cities could have been everywhere. That 1v5, the longer it drags, the less likely for you to do some damage. Just a simple B rush here. Alright, 2 mollies. You don't have 2 smokes for that. Oh my god, how does this work? How is this 2v2, man? Oh, are you winning this round? Very close. Alright, the real rounds now start. I was about to say you need to be ready for this one, especially. I'm gonna show you how it looks for him, but I think your molly was a little bit... I feel like it was a little bit late. I think you need to understand your spawn as well. It's not the greatest, it's actually the worst out of all the 5 Inferno spawns on this side. But look how you're throwing the molly as well. You're like not peeking banana and instantly throwing it, you're like... You see like you... aim kind of iffy. I don't think this is a lineup. I think you just threw it randomly, right? At that point, it might even be better and faster to just throw it straight up to top banana, like car area, and just don't bounce it from the wall on the left. It just takes more time, right? And now that time was enough for CT to just go through, get one tick, which he didn't hear. It's not easy to hear, I understand. And then he overlooked this position. And yeah, you're out of the round. Again, the worst spawn for Inferno. You have a molly. And this guy can do exactly the same thing. Like, your molly is essentially ineffective to anyone who is rushing because you have the last spawn. You You have the worst spawn. It's just a few pixels, but look how much it matters. Okay, you have the last spawn, and you're throwing the molly, bouncing it from the wall, which takes even more time. You can maybe sometimes just ask your teammate to just molly up banana and you give him his molly, for example. But luckily you're killing the guy here now, but you can see that your banana protocols are... You're not ready for this gap that CTs are having. I feel like he could have easily killed you. You have 7 HP left. Now you're... Well, you got a kill there, which was an entry that was important. But for the remainder of the round, you just kind of fulfill this supportive role. 7 HP and a bomb carrier. So this guy should be saving. 4-1. Let's go. Good night. Good night on this guy. This is a pretty common combo to start banana take with. Trained a lot of nades from him because he feels unsafe with the amount of HP. Good molly from the teammate as well. Creative idea to get over the smoke, to just spam the edge of it. So you reveal few positions if CT is there. I feel like throwing the smoke as you already throw it twice. I think it's extremely... It's actually inviting CTs to play around it, in it, and they can easily flank you. I think it is much better to, instead of smoking this, smoke here. Obviously, you need to have a lineup for that. It's not an easy smoke, but I think it's so much worth it to have that kind of smoke when you're taking mid, whenever you're taking mid. Okay, you let your teammate play there first. Well, he was retrieving the C4, it's not much you could do. I feel like he was unaware that long is just a danger. Yeah. Good attempt though, good attempt. I like how you kind of waited for your teammate to take the next contact on the pit guy. It was unfortunate that C4 was dropped in the middle of everything. And you both, after your engagements, you had like 40 HP combined. Okay, finally you had pretty good spawn. Drop the C4, get the molly up banana, I assume. Look, now the molly makes sense. He cannot push anymore, right? You're dodging these nades really, really well. I'm not sure if this is completely random from you or you just expect it to be thrown. Okay. Second smoke used by CTs on B side. This should be a win for you since you barely used any of yours. Flash, there are 3 guys here. There's a lot of steps here, like going back and forth, back and forth. B players can hear this early. You see, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's even better to just screw this smoke, come here, and then smoke this by hand, okay? You don't need to have a lineup. Obviously, there are lineups here which you could throw like a smoke that goes up here and then goes here. But it's actually important that you don't give the space to them. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're not clearing the site fully. Why is that? 4 CTs are alive. We're not clearing site and we're not clearing pit. Then the CT called the timing to go library when your teammate wasn't there. That was super unfortunate set of timings, but I don't understand why are we not clearing A site? It's 4v5, obviously someone will be on A. So planting here just running here with the bomb. Anyone could be inside hiding, or anyone could be in pit, and the pit guy got essentially 2 kills and enough distraction to get the 3rd one. Might have been a call that A is completely clear, but if that happened, that was a bad call. Okay, resmoke banana, there's nothing to do. I mean, sorry, resmoke middle, there's nothing to do on middle. Go back to banana. You see that it was smoked as well. Now it's gone. Okay, we really need to get rid of this smoke. We really need to forget it, because you're throwing it pretty much every time, and these guys can just freely spam, play around it, go close to it, break it with an HE. It's much harder to do when the smoke is here. Gives also you opportunity to sneak through it, and it's just much better. Okay, I like how you were approaching the site, but unfortunately your teammate, who could have been easily trading you, got mollied, and he couldn't play with you anymore. You lost your fight. I think if you won that, it could have been much different rounds, but that's fine. Like, it happens. There were essentially 3 CTs focused on the lane which you were coming from. Okay, 2 nades. Actually, it dinged him through the wall, but it was for like 10 damage. Okay, little panic. Just upgrade your weapon here from the CT. Or from your teammate, doesn't matter. Okay, good. Now, we're definitely not committing. Good trades, yeah. Now we can commit. Especially that last guy is known. I was about to say that getting 2 kills like that on B is pretty dangerous, because they weren't clean kills. It took time. It took like 10 seconds from the first engagement to the last one. And by those 10 seconds, it's usually very common that 3rd CT come back into B side, and then you don't want to rush blindly into him. Sometimes I suggest to throw the same molly, but instead of nading sandbags, try to nade a corner. I think that's gonna yield a lot more damage as well, from the most part. People sometimes start here, yes, but change it up with a nade here sometimes. Absolutely positionally outplayed. All right. Okay. Even this smoke, honestly. I don't mind that, you know, this kind of lineup, but I feel like this smoke is way too like close to the site. If it would be here, that's perfect, because now people, CTs, can just walk through the smoke and go instantly on top of the box here. They can go on top of the barrels, they can go just through it. You see, like, the options that CTs have thanks to that smoke is just a little bit too much. And if, imagine you would be here holding the smoke and you know that CT is going to walk through, okay? Just imagine this scenario. And suddenly you don't know whether you should look at this kind of headshot level, or you should look up there, or you should expect him to go up on barrels. However, if the smoke would be here, he has to go through the same choke point. This is same level, right? So you just aim at the smoke and then you adjust a little bit. You know, like the adjustment would be somewhere between here and here. That's it. However, if the smoke is how you threw it, the adjustment is all the way here and then all the way here, and also different height levels. So I'm just trying to explain to you, like, these smokes, why I'm saying that the long smoke that you're throwing is less effective to the one that I'm suggesting to throw. This is exactly it. Like, you want this smoke to make CTs as uncomfortable as possible, taking as much space as possible. Again, you're throwing the same smoke. Doesn't matter. We already talked about it. You're gonna learn a new one. Sometimes you just don't even need to throw it from down mid. You just come top mid and then you throw it by the hand. Okay, we're trying to salvage the round. This actually might work out because they're like ahead. Your teammate is going to throw something. Oh, it's a flash. Okay, that's a good smoke. And I don't understand why this guy on short is taking peeks, but I guess it gave you a free ticket back to the round. Now this is what I'm liking. You're holding the smoke. Yes, there's a chance that they're gonna go through the other side, but that's fine. Beautiful. Just completely hiding, not giving CT any advantage, any knowledge, basically, where you might be. Okay, Molly sandbags. Molly nade the corner. Don't need to actually when your teammates are so far up. But it's all right. They have eco. They have bad buy. You see, sometimes the route just comes to you. You don't need to do anything on Inferno, and CTs will feel a need to do something, push into you, and then that's where your mid player will get a kill, your banana player will get a kill, and then suddenly it's 3v5 and you're just collapsing on an empty site. Very solid half, very solid half. From you individually, I feel like you had pretty rough start. I think that pistol round was probably the biggest mistake of this half. I think that pistol round could have gone your way, and instead of losing, well, 0-3, you would be winning 3-0. Yeah, I think that retroactively looking at the half, I think that is the thing that I would like you to take more care of, especially on the Inferno, where sides are so hard to retake. You're gonna see it probably on your CD side that how hard it is to retake. That if you're not giving chances to CTs to kill you, I think you're generally gonna win like 80 to 90% of the post plants. If they're in like equal man. There's no man advantage basically. It's 3v3, 4v4, 2v2. Oh my god, that was insane. Still 2v2 might be not enough, but... Okay. Oh my god, you did so much damage. You did like 450 damage here. Okay. Great shots. So how I was just talking about you maybe throwing a D-side pistol route a little bit. You redeemed yourself. Those are some pretty sick shots, honestly, and I liked how you were swinging left, right, left, right. It's annoying. That's the power position of pit. I don't like how you instantly start in pit, by the way. I think you can easily, you know, start your round, let's say, by coming here under the roof and just listen for the steps. If terrorists are rushing like this, you will hear them and you can walk back then to pit. If they're rushing middle, you're already like kind of helping your teammates to hold the middle. People are not going to walk out apps immediately at the start of the round. Well, they're definitely not going to rush it because you can, again, that's what you can hear from these positions here. So you can rotate in time, you can call it in time. However, if you're here and they're rushing apps, you're going to start hearing them here, for example, okay? And that's a little bit late for your teammates to react from long or from CT or from B, right? I know it happens rarely, but I think starting in pit at the beginning of the round is kind of useless because no one can be here for the next 25 seconds. You're not even hunting for this kill. Full trust in the teammates. Yeah, you're just going straight into the pit all the time. Like, for example, what you can do is you just boost your teammate, you know? He's struggling with the jump every round, but you can just go short and straight up help him. You see, it's still 1:30. These guys are taking abs. He still couldn't be out. He still couldn't be out. It's 1:20. That's when you... 1:25 is when you have to, like, start taking care of abs for the most part. Before that, you can roam around the map. You can be more impactful by listening to steps either short or maybe just start middle. Start middle for the first 10 seconds, maybe the rushing mate, and you're there. You're suddenly 3 CTs are killing them. And if they're not there, well, that's when you can get back to your position pit. Okay, that is a little bit wild retake. You really kind of go into same position every single time as well. This guy was now completely stepping and running, and you're unaware of him. Honestly, you don't know that this guy is here, right? Yeah, I mean, you're holding it, but you don't know. Now imagine you were here all the time. You know about him, you know where he is, you know that he's probably alone, you know that there is one more guy mid. Right now you have only information that kind of your teammates are giving you. Okay, now you heard him at the end there. He overstepped. And you're playing these 2 positions. Thanks to the trajectory here, he understands that you're on the floor, not on the balcony. I'm not a big fan of this play. I'm not a big fan of throwing the molly even. Just maybe let the terrorist go out. Don't block him with the nades. Just let him go out and kill him into the side. Also, since you're playing all the time days angle, try to change it up with maybe playing here, or you know, just crouching here, just holding like that, or maybe you can, if your teammates have middle, you can play this angle instead. So that's a super nasty off angle as well, and you're pretty safe because if your teammates on mid die, you just come back into the pit and then you're not visible from middle. Sometimes starting on balcony is also good. But this should be a kill that you this is a kill that you should be getting pretty much all the time. Otherwise the rounds are going to be super hard to win. I don't think your teammates are gonna win this one. Still 2v2, but we said it multiple times, Inferno retakes. Super hard. Nope. We lost that round, and I think your decision making around these apps is not that great, honestly. You see, like, you're doing honestly every round the same thing. You're not using your nades early at all for whatever, for like, you could just go and smoke mid or just nade down mid or something like that. You just come into the pit and you play the exact same off angle every time. You could play on the balcony, you could play on side, you can play here. Oh yeah, you use that molly reactively. I think, by the way, that the best nade for this position is definitely the smoke, so you can play around your own one-way smokes or like just play on the edges of it. Oh, it's gonna be super hard for you to win the round. There are 4 T's creeping on you. Okay, good that you hit that shot. Okay, you're hitting these shots which at least like kind of salvages this half, but I don't think you're playing it necessarily too good. All right. T decided to peek into you, which, well, it almost worked for him, but So for pit, if you have like 500 or 600, definitely buy like smoke and HE. I don't think a molly is a too good of a purchase, honestly. Okay, now you decide to boost your teammate up, so you're doing something before. Now you don't need to play pit at all. Like, you see this guy is playing middle, and he's listening for apps. This guy is all the way in the boiler room, and you're useless, honestly. You should be playing long here all along, and you should be a B rotation. You should become a B rotation by this time. Now you're going back to your position, which is good, because your teammate from boiler went back. But you see, like, I feel like at the beginning of the round, you have like kind of routine pathway where you want to go, and you don't think at all when you're going there. You're not thinking whether it's good or it makes sense. You just go there, and you're like on autopilot. And honestly, the most mistakes or like the least development happens when you're on autopilot, when you don't think. Because you feel like, yeah, this is good enough. This is what I usually do, and yeah, you don't get creative, you know. Stuck in the loop. Okay. Op triple. Good shot on him. Good clutch here. Okay. So this was alright retake and alright round. Oopsies. Just apart from that beginning, but I'm gonna give you a credit for actually boosting up your teammate. So maybe he asks for it, but I think that was a good change of the pace. Well, at least you didn't start in the pit immediately, which you're gonna do, and you're gonna go into your off angle all the time. The same thing. If you were at short, this guy is dead, you know. If you started at short, yeah, your teammate died, but this guy would never expect third CT. That is probably like here under porch, under the roof. Free kill on him. Equalize it back to what, 3v3? That would be fun. Well, and now you just have to dump all your nades. Like, you're winning these duels, but you shouldn't be winning these duels, honestly. Like, the T's are so uncoordinated, they just run one by one into you on multiple occasions. Okay, we have a full eco here. So you were saying that you want to maybe... You were thinking maybe you should play B, which is more impactful position. Well, it is more impactful position, but at the same time, I feel like you're playing your position where you're not even looking for impact. Like, you could be doing so much more stuff compared to what you're doing right now that I'm afraid that going to B would not be a solution. Honestly, this half you're getting a lot of kills, but I'm gonna be honest, you're not playing the rounds as good as maybe you think you are. That pistol round was pretty sick, but other than that, I feel like there were more mistakes than good approaches to the round. Both from positioning and then from decision making, where you're gonna go, how you're gonna play the certain round. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching the same round all like, what's the point of you going here if you see a teammate here? You're legit holding somewhere where your teammate is like 100 meters forward in that position, right? He died there, whatever. Maybe you're gonna be mad at him for playing this stupid, but honestly, It's hard to predict your teammates on Faceit, but when you see someone doing something like this, you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to jump into the apps and then go further, to go take his position as well. Or you take his spot, let's say he was a long player. Well, you're going to go long. You're going to become a rotator or something like that, right? You can't just look at the radar and think, what is happening? You have to react to what is happening. And I understand that this off angle is getting you a lot of kills, but I feel like you really need to get out of comfort zone and try to think of something different as well. Okay, 11-11. Yeah, I understand why you would like to play somewhere else to find more impact. But you're playing your role really conservative, you know? Really like passive, don't take any duels, and you're basically just holding A side. You're just holding A side, and if they come A, that's when you have a round on. But you can do so much more, honestly, from your position. You can even start B as an apps player. Drop like a... Throw like a deep smoke, maybe deep molly, maybe HE, maybe drop all your nades here for your CT players on B. And then rotate back to pit and then play your off angle. Because by the time, the T still cannot be out of apps. Like, no one is going to just run like this. And if they will, well, that's your teammate's job to give you this information. Now we're stuck with the MP9. Definitely this is the time where... Okay, we finally do something different. Smoke middle. Oh my god, you almost got 2 kills there, but your teammate just kind of ran into his death. Well, I think you were playing it correctly. I think your teammate wasn't really aware of what the hell is happening. Okay, your teammates are kind of, I think, winning this round. Yeah, you're winning this round. Okay, this is crazy play. Oof, okay. Okay, you start middle, which I like. Maybe the reason why you're doing this is because 3 of your teammates are starting towards B. And you feel the need to help middle, at least with 1 piece of utility. I don't know. But that is finally something that I like you seeing doing on these CT sides. Dude, and a lot of kills that you're getting, people are just coming into. Like, they're handing you the kill on the silver platter, so to speak. Gap on long, you're gonna die in the back. Yeah. What happened here? Yeah, he didn't peek fully. Well, that happens sometimes. But, you know, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen if you play, like, here. It wouldn't happen if you play balcony, because peripherally you will see him. But you're all the way in the open, honestly. Like, I honestly say, next time you play Inferno, force yourself not to ever play this position, because I feel like this is the only position you play. And it's kind of making me a little bit angry that for the amount of off angles and positions and play styles that you can take on pit, just start your round exactly the same way. You even do the same thing here every time. You go through the hole on the left, bunny hop into your position, and then you're gonna just sit there. Boom. Like, to me, this is boring gameplay. Again, guy is just running into and you get a kill. That's fine. Like, That's completely fine, but you could be taking one of these free kills somewhere around middle, and then you fall back to side, and that's where you take another free kill. You can almost double your kills by playing it more mindfully, you know? Oh my god, he just got a freaking double kill through the smoke. That's crazy. You see, the guy walked all the way. Finally, he walked all the way. So we will know the timing. 1:30. Here you would hear him, by the way. Your teammate should have heard him, and you would hear him if you play here. Now he started walking. It's 1:30. If he decided to go out, 1:30 is the timing where you should care. By the time, holding this before 1:30, oh my god, I cannot. 1:30, right? Doesn't make any sense. Like, no one can be there. Is he gonna go out? Ooh, I think he spot him. What the timing. Well, that happens, honestly. But that happens when you play in such an open position. Because again, there are other positions which are, for example, here. And here, if you want to jiggle between short and apps, you're always in any motion open to apps, right? But if you're here, for example, then you're holding apps as you wish. Okay, yeah, you can have an off angle, you can crouch here, and that's a good off angle for people going out. When you decide to peek short, you're not visible from apps at all. Okay? Same, for example, you would be playing here. You're holding apps like this. Then you tuck yourself close to the car, check short, go back, and then tuck yourself away again. You're not giving the opportunity for T's to just walk out on you and randomly catch a timing where you're not looking. I don't know why. I think it's crazy that both on CT and T sides, I feel like you're doing the same thing again and again, you know? Like on this banana take, you're just bouncing off that molly, you're nading sandbag, and then you're kind of coming banana to take it. But it's every round the same thing. On CT side, we just saw. Every round you play literally the same pathway. Like, you're running away from library, you take this route here, and then you go into your offense. That's it. That's all it really is there. Okay. Some kind of B execute. It's really hard for you to trade when the flames are... You can't go forward because you would burn. Yeah, that was rough. And this guy is completely unnoticed as well. I don't think you're winning this shot. Don't have a smoke left either. Oh, well, just failed it. Oh my god, this guy is throwing. Oh, might work. Okay. Well, I think definitely for this map, there is so much more you can do, both on T side and CT side, but CT side is just night and day difference between you looking for impact, and you're gonna get so much more kills. And you can carry pucks even like this from pit position. It's doable. You can lock down the whole A side, but not only A side as a bomb site, but A side as in general middle. You can help there more. You can be in boiler. You can push apps. You can be in boiler room. You can be in window room. You can start B, throw your nades on B, and then get into pit, because you don't need those nades too much compared to any of your other positions on the map, right? But yeah, I suggest that I don't want to make you watch a demo of a pro player, because, well, that's really something different to play in that kind of environment, but on face it, try to notice how people are rarely going to your part of the map, and if they are going, at what time it is. And that's going to give you an inclination of what else you can do by that time they get to the position where it's a danger to you. And I think that's a quite nice concept to think about. And, you know, you want to maximize your effectiveness and efficiency on the map. And that's done by, well, sometimes rotating, sometimes boosting your teammate in a position, sometimes helping them with their nades, sometimes, you know, listening for steps somewhere in the corner, which might not be the best corner to hide in or be effective in, but just you hearing those steps will give you a greater, like, knowledge or a vision of the round that terrorists are running. So I think that's the most part for Inferno. And on T side, be really careful about those after plans positions, because oftentimes you find yourself when the bomb is down and you're T side, oftentimes you find yourself in an advantageous position. You are more likely to win the round than the CTs, even when you don't know about it. Like, CTs are gonna be so much like pressured to check all the positions and use the utility properly that it will naturally lead that you will get a lot of kills in the back or in the side, or just because of you know someone is coming from somewhere and you're just going to hold him. That's just the nature of Inferno, and that's why it's so hard to retake. So please, on T side, don't overpeak. Don't give easy duels to CTs. Honestly, hiding is, I would say, like 75% of the cases is probably the play to make. And I'm not saying like straight up just play time. Sometimes you can jiggle for information, but think about it this way. Is that information that CT is somewhere, that you spot someone? How important is it compared to that CT knowing where you are? And I usually on Inferno you will find that when CT knows where you are is much more big of a threat to you, because then CT kind of can understand the setup or a crossfire that you're having with your teammate or two teammates if it's 3vx retake. And that is also something you have to think about. So sometimes jiggle picking is not a good idea either. So playing it completely passive, just waiting for one angle and CT to come into that angle and then you kill him into the side, it's gonna make you much more likely to win these rounds and these games that were pretty close ones, honestly. Okay, so for the Mirage game, I will take a look at it today as well, but I'm just gonna go to the gym and I will do it a little bit later. So thank you for sending the demo. I hope you enjoyed the review, you learned something new, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.